website, kimstokesforlwb.com. You can reach out to me. I've had people throughout this campaign, as I'm knocking on doors, call me, text me, leave voicemails, and I've always returned their messages in a few days so that I can clarify any issues. I know that Andy has questioned some of the support that I'm getting from various organizations, and I am getting support from people all over this town with all different backgrounds because they want somebody that wants to make sure that we're like considering the quality of life of all of our residents. I've been engaged in a lot of, I care about democracy deeply. I've done a lot of things through various organizations like voter registration, advocating for the right of everyone to be able to vote, things like that. So people support me for all different reasons. It's hard to get a snapshot of who you are and what you stand for on these kinds of forums. So please reach out to me. I want to help improve the lives of the residents in the city. I think we need to have some serious conversations about the way that code enforcement is operating. I've heard tons of complaints. Either people want more code enforcement for certain issues or they feel like code enforcement's going after the wrong thing. We have to look into that. We also, something that hasn't been mentioned tonight is the issue of homelessness and addiction and prostitution. And that is an issue. And we do rely too much on the criminal justice system, and it hasn't worked. I think that's one piece of it, but we have to look into partnering with other organizations and doing outreach to get people connected to the services that they need. Because, right now, what we're doing isn't working, and we have to look for new solutions. We just have to. And I think we can do it by coming together, opening up our doors, having real interactions with community members. We need to do a survey of needs for our city. I've talked to nonprofits that said that, we need to have a real structure around understanding exactly what our needs are so that we can partner with the right nonprofits, and we can have a list of who those nonprofits are, and everybody knows. There's so many awesome people in this city that are just operating kind of independently, and I want to see us get those connected. So I think that there's a lot of room for us to do some different things, and I hope you'll elect me to give me that chance to bring some new ideas.
It's not about me, it's about us. And we are truly a village and we need to work together. I've got a quick story for you. So your mother goes to work. She's been working for this company for years and years and years. And the boss comes in and says, "You've done fabulous work, but you've been here for 10 years and it's time for you to go." That's what our opponents are saying. They're looking bypast all the great work that we've done, I've done, and they're saying, okay, it's time to fire you because 10 years is enough. That's not, we've got a lot of work to do. We've done a lot of work, and you need the experienced people. I'm endorsed by Senator Lori Berman. I'm endorsed by House Representative David Silvers and a lot of other vice mayors and commissioners in the surrounding cities. For years, we didn't have those communications, and we need to work with those cities around us. We need to work with our partners. We need to work with the local residents. And look what we've done. Look at what the city of Lake Worth Beach has achieved in the last 10 years. And we're not done yet. We still have a lot of work to do. You've heard quite a few promises or wishful thinking, I'd like to call it. But at the end of the day, legally, there's certain things that we can't do. Ethically, there's certain things we can't do with code. There's processes. Everybody wants it done yesterday when you have a code issue or you have a bad sober home next door, but there's laws and they have rights just like everyone else. And we've been moving in the right direction. And, I quite often I live in the downtown corridor. I walk to the beach. I challenge you to walk one night and come back over that bridge and look at what Lake Worth Beach is. We live in a truly beautiful paradise environment. Can we do better? Absolutely. It's not unique to us. There's challenges across America. I talk to quite a few different cities to see how they're doing it. And, that's what you need. You need the experience moving forward, especially in the middle of a pandemic. You need people that can get the senators on the phone, can call Washington, can get Palm Beach County Mayor on the phone. You need people with experience that can continue to move this city forward. So I ask for your vote. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, District 3 candidates. Now we're moving on to the mayor's race. We're starting with Pam Triolo. Will be up first.
not 10 years, 9.5. And I wonder why ex-Commissioner McVoy keeps mentioning that when he's been there, I think, as long as we were. And he's trying to come back for more. So I don't understand the whole thing. But I do support term limits. I support our pool. I support more amenities at the pool. I think I've met with some great people that have amazing plans so we can fully utilize that property. And we can do it without taxpayer dollars, which is the good part. And I'm looking forward to talking about that in the near future. Every single week, I talk with Amrit and Amy Gill of Restoration St. Louis, who are buying the Gulfstream Hotel, and they will be the operators of it. And the current owners, CDS, we have a meeting monthly. I can assure you that good news is pending within the next couple of weeks, and we will be breaking ground on the historic Gulfstream Hotel within this year. It's something I've been working on for an awful long period of time. People have to remember that the Gulfstream Hotel isn't city property. But it's our job to work with these individual companies to help them realize their goals. It's not like that building is ours and we've let it sit there. That's not the case. We removed the disincentives over the time we've been there when many of the other people, some of which sitting up here, they sued the city over the beach. They sued the city over the Gulfstream Hotel. You wonder why things take long? Because people had put these frivolous lawsuits and prevented the city from moving forward. In the 9.5 years, have you seen one skyscraper go up anywhere? Come on. 7 square miles. We believe in smart growth. We believe in staying and respecting the very reasons we live here to begin with. To respect the reason, our small town charm, but also remember that we want a functioning, livable, walkable, bright city that's prosperous. When I got here, you couldn't even say prosperous. It was a dirty word because people, including one of my opponents and their supporters, believe that blight and slum keeps things affordable. Why? Because they owned hundreds of properties and they didn't want to pay taxes on them. And they didn't want to take care of them. In fact, one of them, a bestie of one of my opponents, told people to get used to living in a ghetto. For those of you who weren't around 9.5 years ago, please call me or go to pamformayor.com and I'll show you and tell you exactly what this situation used to be in the city of Lake Worth at that time. And I'll show you all the amazing things. Go to my website again, pamformayor.com. We went from $0 in investment to over $500 million. And we are at the top of that roller coaster, done all the work behind the scenes and got it done. Now it's time for us to enjoy that ride and do it with your input. If I hear transparency one more time, any project that comes before the city has a minimum of 14 meetings that will go in front of the public for your public input. So don't be fooled. Vote for experience, and let's keep it moving forward.
Once again, my name is Mr. William Joseph, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank my beautiful wife, who spent 7 o'clock in the morning until the time she got to go to sleep. She's named Missy. She's right back. She's back there. She's my big supporter. She's always with me, and that's why she's here. So I'm running for this position. I would like to tell you guys about my vision for the city of Lake Worth Beach. My vision for the city of Lake Worth Beach, redevelopment its vision, is sustainable and sensible. Public space and street. Remember, we spent $40 million. I don't know if any one of you walk around. I see nothing done. Nothing. We need to know where the money goes. Which company, how they do it. Third, we need a new community center. We only have one way in Miami. They keep talking about this since the very first day they've been in power. And they never done it. Every season, they said they're going to do this, they're going to do that. We have the homeless. We don't have anything for homeless in our city. Most of them, they fight for us to make us the way we are today. And now they have nothing in return. What's shame of that? You know, we don't have anything in our city. Why now? People keep saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. How many more years? I'm going to repeat that again. They did 10 more years, 20 more years. Yes, I support term limit. You know why? It's because when people think they're going to be there for two terms or one, they will do the best they can because they know they will try to come again one more time. So we need to work on our beach. It's a win-win for everybody. It's a revenue for the people in the city of Lakewood Beach. They're always talking about our beach. Nothing ever done. They're always talking about Goswam Hotel. It still sit there. And they've been there for 10 years. So, when are we going to do it? When? Every 3 years? I'm not here to give in a good and a sweet speech to make you guys sleep. I am the man of my word. Even my opponent, she knows that. I'm always work for her during her campaign. But it's a shame on myself. I feel guilty too. It's because what they told me they're going to do, nothing ever happened. So, once again, my name is Mr. William Joseph. I'm running for this position. It's because I know the residents need a better representation in our government. Once again, on March 9, please don't forget to vote. Many doors that I've been knocking on, people say they're not going to vote anymore. Remember, if you don't vote, somebody is going to vote for you, and they will going to vote against you. Please, March 9, don't forget, Mr. William Joseph for mayor.
Oh, we're following right along. Once again, my name is Betty Resch, and I'm running for mayor. And I have to address something right away, because the mayor, the current mayor, on a number of occasions has made some sort of veiled allusion to friends or my opposition who said that we should get used to living in a slum. I don't know if she's talking about Mr. Joseph. She's certainly not talking about me. Because when I was city attorney from 93 to 98, I was harsh on code enforcement. I closed down more nuisance abatement drug houses. I had more crappy buildings torn down because I love this city and I believe that it can do better. So I really have to take issue with that veiled allusion to somehow I'm connected with some anarchist, some group that wants to live in a slum. I want to live in the best Lake Worth that we can. Having said that, and the mayor says that she supports the pool, which now she has officially changed her position. The $6 million, which was earmarked on the penny sales tax, she now has changed her position that we should use that money someplace else. When it was 2013, it was the time for the centennial of the city. The city did not stand up and even do anything. I came forward as the chairman. We have money in the bank waiting. We want to replace the clock at the beach, and we have no support from the city to do that. Another thing is the casino building. We have two large ballroom-sized places up at the casino. One is being rented out from weddings, and one is being used as a storage unit. So if we want to talk about resources in our city and how we're not using them, go to the second floor of the casino and look at that empty building filled with chairs and tables. That is a missed opportunity. I love this city. I am a practical lawyer. I'm barred in the United States Supreme Court, with great honor of mine. I also was endorsed by 2 endorsements that normally go to the incumbent. Most endorsements go to the incumbent, which is why I say term limits are good, so there's an open seat. I've been endorsed by the AFL-CIO. I've also been endorsed, and I could not be prouder of this, the Palm Beach County Human Rights Council. That is the LGBT group in the Palm Beach County. And that goes every year to an incumbent. They changed their policy this year to open it up a little bit, and I got the endorsement, and Sarah got the endorsement. We are here for the people. We are here to open up government. If she might be, my opponent might be sick of hearing about transparency because she doesn't particularly enjoy it. We have asked on numerous occasions, she talks about there's 14 meetings, we get 2 minutes to rant at a public meeting where they've already made up their minds. We have asked repeatedly for substantive, meaningful input from the citizens, and they yawned and got bored. So I want to open it up. I want term limits so that people can get involved in the city. If there's an incumbent, it's the firefighters, they endorse the incumbent. The police, they endorse the incumbent. So I want to open it up so that every couple of years we have an open. My name is Betty Resch. I'm asking for your vote on March 9th or before by vote by mail. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidates for mayor. Now we're moving along to District 1. We'll start with Scott Maxwell.
Once again, I want to thank the Parrot Cove Neighborhood Association and the Beach Club for putting on the event. And I do have a prepared statement because I think it's important. I think it's really important that we understand the context of where we are in 2021 here in the city of Lake Worth Beach. We've heard a lot tonight about, we've been here too long. Like, are you going to throw your grandmother out because she's too old? You don't do that. As long as we're productive, as long as we're producing, as long as we're moving that ball forward, everybody, I don't care what walk of life you're in, deserves to continue to perform as long as they can perform. The reality of it is, when we came to this commission so many years ago, this town was being run into the ground. We had a failed infrastructure. We had a failed utility system with exorbitant rates. We had crime that was off the charts. And the reason we had that is because we had elected officials for some period of time who frankly were more interested in a photo opportunity or getting their name on a plaque than they were in governing our city and making our neighborhoods better and safe. We changed all that. We came on board when we took over for a dysfunctional city hall that had dysfunction at every turn, yet anarchists running amok in the city. Self-proclaimed anarchists. They thought it was a joke. They ran this city financially into the ground to the point we were almost in bankruptcy. And that is a fact. Some of the people up here tonight were part of that. And many of the people that are supporting these people tonight are part of that. And they want to convince you, but more importantly, they want to convince the new residents of our city that we, who've been here doing the grunt work, if you will, putting Humpty Dumpty back together again, that somehow we're the bad people. So what do? They go, like they always do, they go door to door and they prey on the people that don't know any better, who don't have a context. I think if we had an opportunity as a commission, our biggest opportunity, and I've heard it said before tonight, communication. I've been a big proponent of improving our communication skills from City Hall, particularly when it comes to the positive things we've done. For example, lowering the utility rates. It took us 6 years to get those high utility rates, those residential utility rates, down to where almost FP&L level. And if you believe FP&L's marketing that you see on television every day, they have some of the lowest rates in America. And if that's the case, then Lake Worth Beach has some of the lowest rates in America. If that's not progress, I don't know what is. We've invested hundreds of millions of dollars, thanks to you, and it took us a couple cracks at it for you to bond out so we could get new roads that were never built in this city. Why? Because we had other priorities. That doggone beach up there has been a political football since the day I landed in Palm Beach County. Why everybody thinks our future lies on that beach is beyond me. At the end of the day, Mac McKinnon said it best, former commissioner, recently deceased. May he rest in peace. He said, one thing's for sure, the sun's gonna come. Oh, please. Thank you so much, folks. My name is Scott Maxwell. Please vote for me on March 9th. I appreciate your vote and your support. Thank you.
I take it I'm next.
And yes, Sarah.
Last
Please.
but not least, right? Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to Parrot Cove for putting on this event and to the Beach Club for welcoming us in the middle of a pandemic. This is not personal, okay? The reason that I'm running today is the same reason I ran in 2018. Our city needs a governing body that cares about all residents and business owners. A city governance that cares about having open communications, lines of transparency, and positivity integrity. We need a city hall that's welcoming and opening to all residents and business owners, not one that's still closed when most municipalities reopen in June or July. Okay, let's just be clear with that. As a successful business owner since 2016, I understand financial challenges, the ever-changing global and economic landscape. As a city, we need to focus on helping businesses recover from this pandemic. As a parent, I also realize that nobody who sits on the dais right now has a school-aged child when I had to drive my foster son to West Palm Beach South Olive Camp for an approved city camp with Early Learning Coalition. It's a missed financial opportunity within this city, and it's a disservice to the families that need it most. As a resident who lives within the poorest, highest crime and underdeveloped area of the city that Ms. Carla Blockson spoke about earlier, I can see, and so can my neighbors, some of which are here tonight, that it's time for change for District 1. The violent crimes against people of color are still the highest in underprivileged areas of our city. Our current commissioner in his 13 years in office has failed to address these issues. It is for these reasons that I have been endorsed as the best choice for District 1 by the AFL-CIO, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, and the Palm Beach County Human Rights Council. Thank you for that. I'm very happy for those endorsements. Today, Lake Park announced that they have a grant providing
a air filtration system to all their businesses in town. Lake Park has 8,000 plus people, and they're taking care of their businesses. I just spent $378 for an air filtration system for my gym. We cannot continue to get wealthy on the backs of the small businesses in this town. We must lower our commercial water and electric rates so we can bring more businesses here and help the businesses that we have recover from the pandemic. Our beautiful city has so many great things to offer, like a beachfront pool. Yet Ocala and Jacksonville newspapers talk about how we nearly missed the state budget deadlines. Okay? Those are not things that we should be bragging about in this city. I can promise as a self-employed woman that I'm not going to miss more than a quarter of the yearly meetings and budget workshops like my opponent. I will put the residents and the people of this city first and foremost. I'm not running because I need another job, people. I'm running because I care about this city. I care about my investment. I care about your investment, okay? I moved here because we had a sense of community. We had things, as I mentioned earlier, the street painting festival. We also had evenings on the avenue where you could see your neighbors at the NAPC front porch. We had the Monday night food truck invasion where we could congregate together. They got rid of it because they said it was in direct conflict with the businesses downtown and the restaurants. There was a great sense of community events is what's going to bring more people here and fill the homes and the bodies of the people. Thank you so much, everybody. Please vote for me, March 9th, District 1 City Commissioner.
Okay, we have 4 more questions at 3 minutes each. You guys all right with that? Anyway, feeds ended, huh? All right. Thank you, everybody who's come out tonight. We definitely heard a lot of interesting and insightful comments and ideas from our candidates that are running. Thank you very much, candidates, for coming out here. Thank you for being understanding of this very unusual format, unorthodox method that we've done this, and for being good sports about that. We definitely appreciate that. Thank you to everybody in the audience who's probably gone blind by those flashing lights up there, and also for being here in general. So thank you very much, everybody. And vote March 9th. That's it. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy your night.